Welcome to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. If you're on a mission to be more frugal with both your time and money, you're in the right place. In this podcast, we talk about topics that help enhance living a frugal lifestyle. The goal is to save time and money where we can so that we can use the rest on what matters most to us. We talk a lot about both time and money management so that we can waste as little as possible on both. We do this while also embracing a progress over perfection mindset. If that sounds good to you, then please stick around for the latest episode right after a few quick words from our sponsor. Hi everyone, welcome back to Lola's Frugal Life Podcast. Before we get into the topic, I'll just give you a really quick update on what's been going on in my life. We just finished decorating our house for Christmas. I don't know if I mentioned that in the last episode, so I apologize if I already did, but we always decorate our house for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. So, or that weekend. It used to always be like the day after Thanksgiving, but now it's kind of like Thanksgiving weekend. I always take off the Friday and Monday after Thanksgiving. So we have like a really nice long weekend. But what was nice about this year is that usually we do kind of like this marathon decorating where we take everything down, put out all the decorations, put up the tree, get all the ornaments on, and then we get everything back up in the attic either that night or the day or like the next morning, so that it's like completely decorated, everything's put away, whatever, which is nice. It's nice to have everything done like all at once, but it's also exhausting. And this year what we did was we took down all the boxes on Saturday, I think, because me and one of my daughters, like I mentioned, I think last time we went Black Friday shopping a little bit. So we basically took down the boxes on Saturday morning and started like unloading some stuff. And I was kind of putting things out and getting some of that decorating done. And then I finished the rest of it on Sunday. Yes, on Sunday, I finished the rest of just like the household, like decoration type things that my husband was putting up outside decorations. And then on Monday, we put the tree up and I put the lights on it. And then we got all the other bins back up into the attic. So like over the course of like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we slowly did the decorating, and it was just really nice because we also had time to just kind of relax. Also, it wasn't just like this crazy, decorate all at once, which, like I said, there's pros and cons to both, but I did really enjoy this year just kind of taking it slow. And by the end of the weekend, or the long weekend, including Monday, everything was done, put up, put away. And actually tonight, though, my kids are going to be decorating the tree. That's the only thing that didn't get done as far as ornaments. The tree's up and the lights are on, but our bins that have the ornaments are still down because it's been difficult to find a day when all three of the kids were home. They're all adults. My youngest is 18. She's a senior in high school, but the other two are adults and they're working. So it's kind of hard to find a day when everyone's home, but they're going to do that today. And then officially everything will be done. But I really did enjoy that slow kind of, decorating this year. And then as far as what I'm loving lately, I have been listening to some Christmas audiobooks. I just actually got a new Debbie Macomber book called The Christmas Basket. I had it on hold. I haven't started it yet. I'm about to. And then I'm also listening to another one of her books called The Christmas Spirit. So she's pretty much like Hallmark movies in an audiobook. So if you enjoy that type of thing, you might think it's fun. They're just kind of light Christmas type stories. And I was going to try and listen to mostly Christmas type books as much as I can during this next month, just because it's kind of fun. And I like doing Christmas related stuff as much as I can during December. So that's what I'm really enjoying right now. So anyway, for today's episode, we are talking about consumable gifts. So giving gifts can sometimes be difficult when we're trying to find the right things for certain people in our lives. There's some people that are just super easy to buy for because maybe they have a certain hobby, or something specifically that they're really going to love, or something they're really into. Or younger children, of course, are much easier. But when it comes to certain people, we have a really difficult time because we really want to give gifts that people will enjoy and love. But many of us that have people that we're buying for have people in our lives that kind of already have most of what they want or what they need. And we don't want to give gifts that are just going to collect dust in someone's home. And I don't mean it in a way that the person would not love the gifts you got them, but sometimes we just all end up with too much stuff. So, gifts that won't collect dust are basically consumable gifts that can be used and enjoyed. They don't require a permanent place in someone's home. So, if you really feel like you're struggling to give the right type of gift or to find the right kind of gift that you want to give for someone special in your life, consider if there's something consumable that you can give them. There are so many different types of consumable gifts that you usually can find something that someone will enjoy. And it does often have some aspect of really kind of knowing a little bit about what that person likes in order to even get a consumable gift, just like getting a regular type of gift. But there's also some things that are a little bit more general, like generic, that you could probably get for those individuals too that they would really enjoy. So, just some ideas. Food definitely is a big one. Lots of people give food as a consumable gift. Some ideas are chocolate. You can get like fancy truffles. You can get chocolate covered strawberries. You can get really nice chocolate bars or fancy chocolate covered pretzels, chocolate covered nuts. They sell chocolate gift baskets. There's so many different ways you could go with chocolate. Hot sauces, there are so many different varieties. If you know someone that is really into trying different types of food and they like spicy stuff, they have like different variety packs. They have in like gift shops, they'll have like specialty flavors that maybe you can only get, at certain places. Fancy olive oils is a big thing. Lots of gift shops now even just specialize just in olive oils, and that's something that definitely most people can use, even if they're just gonna put it in a salad or they don't have any special cooking skills to use it with. It's something that most people can definitely use, and they're healthy, so that's kind of a good option too. They have grow your own herb kits you can get on like Amazon. So if someone maybe enjoys growing things and they like to cook, that's always a nice gift too. They could grow their own little, like, so say some like basil and I don't know, whatever else might grow in those kits, but those are nice to have on hand for cooking and something you can use. It does take a little bit of space because you'd have to put the kit somewhere, but it's still something that's kind of useful. Um, Bread dip seasoning kits. When you go to certain restaurants, they'll put out like a little bowl. And like we like to go to Carrabba's. I think that's kind of, I don't know if that's across the whole United States or if it's just regional. I know I've seen it in other locations, but anyway, when you go there, they put out a little bowl with like different spices and herbs in it, and then they pour olive oil over it and you dip the bread in it. So like one year my sister got me this really nice kit of all different seasonings that you could create different dipping like concoctions, I guess, for dipping bread in. So you could even like put that with like a nice bottle of olive oil, something like that would be nice. Um, of course, cookie or brownie mixes. A lot of people make those homemade and put them in the jars. You can also buy them in stores. That's always something nice, and it's a time saver for someone too. If you know that they've got a lot going on, and that could be a quick way for them to make something for maybe an event they have coming up. Of course, there's always homemade cookies or breads. Those are always great, and they're really pretty inexpensive considering what the cost of some of the other gifts or the pre-made ones are. So that's definitely a really good option if you're looking to kind of save a little bit of money. Soup mixes, they have those a lot of times in the not in the grocery stores, in the different gift shops. And I'm sure you probably could even find some recipes online to create your own. That would be fairly simple. Charcuterie items are nice too. You could do like say maybe like some nuts and cheeses and crackers, maybe some dried fruit, pretzels, things like that someone could make like a nice charcuterie board with. If you don't mind getting them a little bit of something that's not consumable, you could always give them like a nice little board to go with it. And then, they have those services too that deliver gifts like steak or fresh seafood. Like I know I always see the ads for Omaha Steaks. There's actually several different types of services. They used to be like the one, but now there's like many of them. So you could always do something like that too. Then there's drinks. Tea, a lot of people are really into tea. You can find loose leaf teas. You could just find regular variety packs of teas that are really nice. Coffee. Maybe someone might really like a bag of freshly roasted coffee beans, or if you know that they have like a Keurig machine or an espresso, maybe you could consider giving them some type of variety pack of coffee pods for them to try. Of course, there's wine and other adult beverages, like a bottle of some type of whiskey or something that they might, if you know that that's something that they might enjoy. Hot chocolate mix. They have lots of different like fancy hot chocolates that you can get for someone that might like that instead. And even something like that, if they do prefer, or if you think they would enjoy like an adult type beverage, you could always do like a hot chocolate mix with something that could be added to the hot chocolate, like maybe like what the heck is it called? Like Bailey's Irish Cream or like something like that. Um, Cocktail kits. They have cocktail kits for both mocktails and alcoholic beverages. So it doesn't have to be alcohol related. But it's a kit where basically you could make a variety of different cocktails and it gives you all the basic things you need to make those. So that can be kind of fun for someone to try something new. And then soda. I thought this was an interesting idea because I saw it as an idea to give to someone. And you would think soda, like it's not like you're going to hand them like a case of Coke, but like they do have like artisanal sodas where there's like specialty brands and specialty flavors. And that can be really fun for someone who really likes to try new things. My daughters and I were actually at we went to the flower festival. I think I had mentioned it way back a few months ago when we went. But at the flower festival, they had a lot of vendors there, and one of the vendors was that type of vendor. It was just like all these like interesting flavors of soda, and it was kind of fun. We wound up buying a couple of bottles and trying it, so that's definitely something maybe a little bit different that could make a nice gift for someone. And a lot of these gifts too, that I'm mentioning, they can also be good for those grab bag type gifts where, or where you maybe have like a $20 gift exchange or something like that. These might be good ideas for that too, where you don't know specifically what the person might like who's going to end up with the gift, but these are kind of could be pretty generic for the most part, that a lot of people might like them. And then of course there's always like your typical home type items that people often get: candles, soap, flower or vegetable seeds. I thought was a good one to kind of put in the home category. So say if you know someone that enjoys growing things in the spring, just because it's a Christmas gift doesn't mean it needs to be used immediately. And while they might have to store it for a little bit of time, if it's seeds that they can grow in the spring or summer, they're ultimately going to wind up getting used up. So if you can find some kind of simple to grow vegetable or flower seeds, that could be fun. For the candles, it doesn't have to just be the typical candle that you buy at like Yankee Candle or TJ Maxx or wherever. A lot of times at these vendor fairs too, or gift shops, they'll have kind of really unique type candles that are maybe either like homemade or have like very nice kind of unusual scents. That could be nice. I know I just got for two women that I work with, I just got some really nice candles at a vendor fair we were just at. And they were just like, I don't know, they just made like a really nice gift the way they looked and how they smelled. And they were kind of like unique, and it was made by like a local individual. So it was kind of nice. Um, and then, of course, you have like your body type products like lotions. If you know someone that likes to take baths, bath bombs can be a good choice. Hand soaps for kitchen or bath. I always feel like everybody can always use a pump hand soap for their kitchen or their bathroom. I mean, I don't know. I might be wrong, but I always feel like someone's going to wind up using that up. So I think those can be nice too. And then, of course, you have like gift cards and experience type gifts. So gift cards, of course, you can do something more generic like a Visa gift card or something like that. But be careful with some of them if you do buy those, because I know that there's definitely some that charge fees if they're inactive. My son one time had been given gift cards by one of my aunts, and he was kind of saving them. And by time we went to activate it, more than one of his gift cards was completely gone, because he saved them for a while, like years. He was saving them every year because he really didn't need anything, and he was just kind of saving them up. And, like restaurant gift cards and things like that, they don't decline, but some of those Visa bank cards, they will decline. So just be really careful if you're purchasing something like that, that you read what the terms are on the back, because you don't want to give someone a gift card and have them find out that, just because they didn't use it in a year, it's starting to have the value declining on it. And then there's, in addition, like I said, in addition to like cash type gift cards, of course, there's restaurant gift cards, which can be especially nice if you know the type of restaurant someone likes to go to. But a lot of times now they have where they'll have like several different restaurant options that you can use them at. You could do audiobook credits if you know someone likes to read or listen to audiobooks, but you don't know maybe specifically what type of or what books they haven't read yet. You could do like audiobook credit gift card. You could do a gift card for food delivery services. So maybe not specifically a restaurant, but if someone might want to just have food delivered one night when they're kind of busy, you could do like a DoorDash or Uber Eats type gift card. And then you could do actual experiences like cooking classes or concert tickets. Like if it's someone you know really well and maybe know an artist they might like to see, you could buy concert tickets. You could do a gift card to an escape room place. You could give them a spa card. They have those like paint and sip locations where you go paint and you have a glass of wine and you like learn to paint something. Those are really fun. You could give a gift card for something like that, or an art class, or they have wine or cocktail of the month subscriptions where a bottle of wine comes every month or a new cocktail recipe comes every month. I got one of those years ago from my boss for a wine subscription. It was like, I think, a 3-month subscription, but it was just fun because unusual things came that we wouldn't have normally tried. So those are really fun too. And then they also have like other specialty type subscriptions, like one year I got my daughter, it was like a makeup and skincare subscription box, and you would just get it every month and all these different things would be in it, and she would just get to try lots of different things, and it was kind of fun for her. They also have ones like that have pet items in them. They have ones with snacks. Those are all subscriptions that you can usually do for just a short amount of time, just to give it as a gift. Obviously, you're not going to probably give a person an ongoing subscription forever, but just a short subscription can be fun. And then blank greeting cards can actually be a nice gift for someone too, or even like a notebook or notepad, things that can be used. I always love to have blank greeting cards on hand because I could just kind of write whatever is relevant for the occasion in it, and I don't have to always run out to the store. There's so many different things. These are just a few ideas that I came up with. I tried to find more, but I think I've kind of mostly covered it. But if you just think about things that can be utilized and it's not something that the person has to store, it can definitely be a good idea for someone that, like I said, you just don't know what to get them, or they just kind of already have everything and maybe don't want one more item to have to find a place in their home. So, and just remember, it's okay to take a chance on something that someone might not like. When you buy a consumable gift, sometimes it can feel a little bit risky if you're not 100% sure of what the person really enjoys. But the good thing about consumable gifts is that they can be used by other individuals too, other than just the person actually receiving the gift. So like say you buy someone a food related item and maybe it's not their favorite, but maybe someone else in their family really loves it. Or maybe they could put it out when they have company. It's still useful to them if they're having company and they receive something that isn't their favorite, but they can use it to put out for when company comes. That's still one less thing they had to do to prepare for that company. So it's still useful to them. And they're also very easy to regift usually too. And, some people regift things they receive that they don't like. People have different feelings on whether you should regift or you shouldn't. I'm not going to get into that today. But it is true that if you receive a consumable gift, it's usually fairly easy to regift if it's not something you enjoy. So again, it's still useful to that person because that's one gift they didn't have to buy. So just kind of take a chance and maybe try something if you want to try a consumable gift, and maybe the person will love it, or maybe someone in their family will, or maybe they'll wind up using it for some other purpose. But that's all I have to say about this topic today. I hope that maybe this gave you some ideas or inspired you to try to get something a little bit different for some of these gifts. And I thank you so much for listening, and I will see you back here next week. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions. or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lola's Frugal Life. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes and definitely all of my meal plan episodes at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast, those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.